name is Elliott Wratten. I'm the offense coordinator and offensive line coach here at Alcorn State. This past fall would have been my 5th season, second year coaching the line calling plays, and spent the previous 3 years coaching the tight ends here at Alcorn. Today we're going to talk a little inside zone and just kind of some of the base fundamentals that we use and IDing it, fundamentals, and just kind of our 3 base main ways that we run the inside zone. And I'm just going to get straight to the video and kind of draw straight on the screen and talk through some of the things that we do. Now, this first one that I'm going to show you, it's one of our RPOs, and I'm going to skip the RPO part. I just want to talk about the runs. And we actually throw it, and it's a big play and touchdown and all that. So I'm going to skip to the back view just because I think regardless of whether we handed it or threw it on this play, we had a pretty good play and we blocked it pretty well. Just kind of in our process, when we come up to line of scrimmage every time, the center is he's going to ID whether it's 3 down, 4 down, or 5 down. And he's going to ID a backer that we're working to. And everything we do, we kind of work inside out in terms of the calls. So, as we come up to the line here, obviously this is a 4 down front. And the one thing we do too, if we know we're playing a team that's exclusively 4 down, I don't necessarily make them come up to the line every snap and say, hey, this is 4 down, this is 4 down, just to cut down some of the communication. So as we come up here, the center would ID, we're going inside zone right. We got split zone called. So he's going to ID this backer right here. And where it goes to next in our process is how am I covered up backside? So with this being a 2-eye, I don't need any help from the guard. So he's going to make a front side combo with the guard, which is great. Tackles man on, don't get beat inside. Now this backside guard here, he's going to try and get his left eye through the chin right here. And this tackle is going to be inside out on 43. After his first 2 steps, he should always check this guard's hip, just in case we have movement or anything of that nature. We want to check his hip so we can pass that off. But his responsibility is he's going to be inside out on 43 here. And you'll see this is actually going to be, he was a really good player. He was an All-American for us last year, an athletic kid. And he had a really good neck for this. Tight end's going to come across. One thing for us that we believe in, we let those tight ends, H-backs, cut as much as possible. Think it slows them down. Especially, those defensive ends to me are usually the most dynamic player that you're trying to block. So if we can bring them across on split zone and throw at them and slow them down and make them worry about something coming at their knees, to me, it's kind of just the attitude of our play and what we got going on. All right. So I'm going to start with this backside tackle here. I love what he's got going on, 56. You can see he's right, left. His eyes need to check that B gap, but he's inside out. The tight end throws to cut, and again, if he misses backside, that's great. We call that a win. And you can see if this ball gets handed off, it's got a chance to score. Now we throw it. You'll see the nickel Sam kind of creep into the picture over here, which is fine. I agree with the quarterback throwing it here. All right. Left guard, I love his footwork. He goes right, left. He's trying to get that eye through the chin, but if he can't, he's going to go ahead and we want to take that defensive lineman and displace him to that side to where the ball was snapped. All right. I like the center too. So he ended up calling a combo with the play side guard here, which means he's going to press, and the way we teach it is he's going to press his track for 3 steps. And after 3 steps, if it's gone, he can pull up and go to linebacker. And again, that's not bad right there. The only thing I would say here, this right tackle doesn't necessarily need to be taking an inside foot lead here. A lot of what we talk about too is in terms of if I know this guy's going to play contain, go ahead and try and let him reach a little bit more. Use what he's being taught against him. I don't necessarily agree with him taking an inside foot lead. We tell him if you feel like that guy's going to cross inside, go ahead and take your inside foot lead. But just based on his tilt and his alignment, I probably minused him on the footwork here. But anytime, like I said, that those guys were getting ready to pinch inside, absolutely go ahead and take an inside foot lead and go ahead and get them out of there. So like I said, this is good. I think this is an awesome play. This is probably one of our base ways to do it. Obviously, again, it works out. We throw the touchdown and all that, but the run was going to be a good portion of it too. All right. This next one's against a 3-3 stack that's really getting to a bear. And this is, again, the way, people ask me, Coach, why you run inside zone and this and that. And well, part of it too is just because I've been around some really good people that I think have taught me inside zone. I do think it's kind of a catch-all in terms of we know all of our answers and responses, no matter what you're going to do to it. Not saying that they're all the best, but we can get out of the diamond bucket, and so, that's people, why inside zone? Well, it's kind of something I grew up on, and like I said, I've been around been fortunate to be around some really good people that I think had a really good understanding of it and teaching it to me. But obviously, you can see here they're getting to a bearish front. We would actually probably ID this as a bear just because we got this 5-up look. But so we'll go ahead and we'll start here. Left tackle, we're going split zone left. So he's going to come back across. We're going to ask him to cut that defensive end. Left tackle is going to step, stretch. His aiming point is the inside peck. All the front side guys on inside zone, their aiming point is the inside peck is what we're teaching here. Left guard, again, same thing. Now, against this team, we knew we were going to get a gut B look based on their alignment, so he should be left, right. Take his left eye right through the pec here. The center is going to call for a combo right here between him and the backside guard onto 53. And this backside guard can really treat this like it's outside zone in terms of trying to get over here with this tight of a shade. And then the key to this one's going to be the right tackle here, him coming down. Now, he's got a tight 3. We've made our combo call telling him that the backside guard and center are working together. So he's going to come down. Now, if he can get hat placement, great. It's not looking great pre-snap in terms of getting hat placement. So if he can't, we're going to tell him to take this guy and mash him as far down as you can. And obviously the running back's read's going to make this. He does a good job. We chase the center's butt is kind of what we're teaching in terms of him on that. He's going to read the first D lineman backside of the center. All right. So he does a great job of sticking this one in there. You can see it scrapes paint right off 62's butt. And then once he gets up onto the safety, that's kind of, we tell him that's why you're on scholarship, to make that guy miss. And he does a good job here of making him miss against, especially, what we would probably say this is a loaded box. And we dress this up with a little bit of motion, but I think this is a great job by the O-line removing these guys. And this, like I said, the right tackle is the one that's really, he mashes this thing down. And when you look where he finishes, to me, it's really good. He gets this guy on that side of the hash. And I think that's what makes the play. And obviously the running back with a great read here. He's a little guy last year. You could see him getting thrown there. All right. This will be just an inside zone right here. So the tight end will stay on the same side. Again, against more of a 3-3 stack look. So, again, center would come up and ID it. All right, so the right tackle is going to be man on. Now, the center, what he's going to do in our teaching, he's going to tell them, hey, you two got the combo. Now, obviously, when we come up here and we have a wide 5 and then a 20 linebacker right here, the tackle's got the ability to say, me, I'm on him, letting him know that he's going to work up on the tackle here. And so when we get that look right here, especially like if we get a situation where we have just a true 5-man box, like when we're in 10 personnel, we'll let him run a 40 right for that guy. And he could take a left foot lead and literally wide leg run a 40 for 18 there, and which is what he's going to end up sort of trying to do right here. All right, the center and the left guard are going to work together. They're going to have a combo up for the stack backer. 56 is going to be coming through inside out on here, and then 88 is going to be kicking out on the stand-up defensive end. All right. Like I like 62's footwork right here. Now he knows, obviously, you know, and one thing probably with the film study this week is with these stand-up defensive ends, they're going to play box defensive ends. So, you know, go ahead, stretch them. Let's distort that. You can see we got some bigger splits. Again, one thing, and you look back even when Ryan was here, we really aired those splits out, and it's great to play with those big splits and put some air in the defense. You know, I wish you could do it on everything, just to put those guys in space, but we try and do it in as much stuff as we can to air those splits out. And, you know, it's something you for sure got to rep. Those guys don't always feel so good. When you put a bunch of air in there, they start get a little bit nervous because their buddy ain't next to them. But, you know, I think it really helps in terms of, you know, putting some air in the defense and, you know, giving your guys a shot to make some plays in space. So we're actually going to get a little gut XB look coming over here. And we're really close to picking this up and looking awesome with it, but it turns out great just based on the running back's read. You can see 75, he's on a good track to go block 18 right here. And the one thing that could have capped this off to make it awesome to me would have been 77 and 75 bumping off to this guy right here. But it's close, and the running back honestly does a good job of manipulating it and bending it back here. I love the center's footwork's good. He's getting right, left, getting a hand on 94. He's a very large human being. He's a good player at nose. But again, as he's crossing face, don't let him get by without, you know, getting a hand on him and getting some knockback. 69, I love his footwork. Again, okay to lose ground on the backside of this inside zone, right, left, stepping over the board. You'd see him getting that second step in the ground, doesn't cross over. This is really good. Obviously got to finish the block, but in terms of if you stop it right there, that's really good. You can see hat placement's almost there. 56, I love his angles. You see him coming up right, left over the board, doesn't cross over. Again, we're teaching him to work inside out on this backer and play the game on the backside when you kind of get that veer technique. Not so much in this picture, but this is a good job of him just understanding his track. And the running back, I think, does an awesome job here. You know, he's pressing the center's butt. He cuts it back, but then he gets right back inside that tackles block, which makes me really happy because, you know, so many times those guys want to take that and they want to keep winding back out into the teeth of the defense. He does a good job of getting his eyes where they're supposed to be and really making that tackles block awesome. But I think this is a pretty good play right here. Like I said, it's really close. If we pass that off right there, but ends up being a nice explosive play. All right. Here's the next one against an underfront. Again, you see our center IDs. Sometimes we'll point, sometimes it'll be verbally. You know, that's one thing that we try and make sure the center's doing, not try, we make sure he does every play is we're IDing something. Some plays it might not even mean anything for us, but to me, the center for us, he kind of gets the whole party started in terms of he's going to ID it, and then everyone else gets to count off of that. Hey, I got play side one, I got play side two. I'm comboing to the point. I'm comboing to one past the point. You know, so for us, he's kind of got to be the guy that gets the whole thing started in terms of IDing the front and getting everyone on the same page. He's got to be an awesome communicator, you know, and he's got to be fairly intelligent. I'm not saying he's got to be a rocket scientist, but he's got to be up there and be able to see some things. And, you know, in this picture, I think this is actually a safety that comes down, and just the way they were playing it, you know, he's a B-gap fitter. So, you know, to us, if we know they're going to fit the box, we're going to block them with the linemen. So, you know, I know some people kind of go back and forth on, well, he's a safety. We don't, you know, the way safeties are nowadays, that's just a fast athletic linebacker that can make all those tackles but this is a good look right here. You know, obviously we got some movement inside, which is awesome. Left tackle again. You can see he's going to take an inside foot lead here, which I love his thought process of it. We got kind of the stacked look here, and we talk a lot in terms of when we start seeing stacks in the defense, we're going to see some type of movement because we know two guys aren't going to play this C gap right here. And obviously the tilt of his stance, you know, that's something we spend a lot of time on in film study. Just, you know, what's his stance telling us when it changes, and, you know, his alignment. Those are some of the things we talk about: stance, alignment, and stacks. So, you know, he's kind of tilted in. He's a little bit tighter right here than number 9 is over here. So, yeah, take the inside foot lead, anticipate him coming inside here. The center in this particular picture, so he would call the front side combo between these two. So as soon as he makes that front side combo, the tackle already knows, hey, I'm man 9, can't get beat inside. So these two are going to combo to 30. We're going to get the backside double team to 36. You know, a lot of people ask kind of like, do you like inside zone to the shade or to the 3? And, you know, it's great. Obviously, inside zone to the 3 is awesome. But if you run it to the shade or the 1, you get a chance to get your 2 double teams, which I think is awesome. You know, I've even had a few people, you know, Coach, you guys run in duo. No, we haven't run duo here. But it kind of looks that way when you get those 2 double teams and get a chance to really hang on it. So you can see the left guard's going to take a left foot lead. He needs to get his second step going, but they got a little twist going on right here. So the center's pressing his track out. Now he needs to stay on his path for 30. He misfits. Fortunate with that. Looking at this backside combo between the tackle and guard. One thing I would say about these 2 kids last year too, they'd played a lot of football next to each other. So when they got a chance to double team, they were really good at it. And I think a lot of that, they were both 4th-year seniors, and they probably have like thousands of double teams with each other. So they were really good to me in terms of like they had good chemistry over there, staying on those and knowing exactly where the guy next to them is going to be. And I guess you can't put enough value on that, of just that chemistry that those guys have next to each other and knowing those combos. And, you know, obviously they worked them a lot. We worked them over their 4 years here, but they did a good job. I love 70. The only thing I don't like about 70, I love 75's first step, short, gets it in the ground. I don't like that his second step is kicking over. I'd prefer for it to drive the crotch right there. But I love that he gets 92 shoulders turned. 62 can get his hat placement inside, and they secure level 1 first. And you can see 36 comes downhill to try and pull him off the double team, and 75 still stays patient and then knocks that by. And you can see the crease opening right there, which again is that's exciting to me as being an O-line guy. Like I said, and might be being too picky with it. But again, when we teach that double team on the backside, it's going to be left foot straight up the field to handle any movement or pinching inside, right foot driving the crotch and knocking it back. And this backside tackle, now he had a little ankle deal, but I would like for his, you know, he could treat this like the backside of outside zone in terms of trying to get right here to his hip, especially based on the degree of the shade. And then good job by the tight end squeezing in there, staying tight. That's a good job by him. So this is a good solid run, hitting right there between the guard and tackle. You know, probably no different than when you played our inside zone. So we're going to hit front side A to backside B, and, you know, sometimes wind all the way back. We had a few pop out the front door this year too. And I think I got 1 or 2 of those on here, just when everything pinched inside, and the running back did a good job of seeing that and making some things shake. And I don't try not to overcoach, you know, we try not to overcoach that spot and let those guys kind of do what they do. So this is actually, you're going to see the running back for us on this particular play. He's lined up on the same, we're running inside zone, right? He lined up on the same side here. And actually helped us. They were doing some cross-fitting with their back or something that we hadn't seen, and this turned out to be a decent adjustment for us. But again, zone right, so we're going to ID 54. We're not really going to worry about these two guys right here. These would be guys that we would say we would handle in terms of the RPO. And, now if he scooted over into the box here, we'd push our count to here. And obviously he'd probably be bumped a little bit, but we will, if he starts bumping in or around, this is getting pretty close right here for us on the ID. Again, it's something we kind of work week to week with that. They have a good understanding. So again, we ID'd 54, so it's a front side combo between the center and the play side guard to 54. We should get our backside combo to 57. And tight end should be kicking here. And part of the reason we didn't even worry about like this guy right here this week was we knew we were kicking out here, so he was going to try and squeeze and be under him. He was going to be the outside piece of the tight end. And again, another decent look against movement. The tackle here, he takes an inside foot lead, which is okay, just seeing the stack of the defense. But I would prefer for him, if we're going to take an inside foot lead, I would prefer to just be left foot straight up the field. Again, he was dealing with a little ankle deal the whole second half of the season, so he was making some things work. But right here, this combo, I like this between the center and the guard. Again, you see him cross-fitting, but the guard I like his footwork. He collects 92 as he comes up, pushes him out. The center's pressing it. 54 falls back. He goes on him. That's a good job. We squeeze through there. The left guard is going to go right, left. You can see right here, I like where his second step hits the ground. It's driving the crotch. Again, the tackle's coming hard with it. Again, as that guy moves, he's still coming right off his hip. I'm okay with where he's at, and you can see he's going to pull his shoulder out, and he gets inside out on 57 here. Might be a hold by the tight end right there. He's got to take a better job. We tell them scrape paint, come right off his ass, and try and get inside out on 50. But the tackle, I think the tackle does an awesome job here again of handling the movement. Again, okay to lose ground. He goes away, pull my shoulder out, get inside out. That's a good play right there. There's the wide. We got 2 2s in this look here. So we'll treat a 2 like a 3 over here. So our center will call a combo. He'll ID right here. He'll call a combo with him and 77 to work up to the point. This backside guard is going to make the combo right now. He's going to call the combo right here. With as wide as this 5 is right here for the left tackle, he can go left, right, really try and stretch him. And then he should be coming back across on the split zone action. And we tell him inside out through the guard right there. And again, we're going to let him cut. But as you start here with the left tackle, I think his footwork's awesome. Like this is left, right. You can see right there, we're on that inside pec. That looks really good to me. This is an awesome job by 64. Don't love 77's first step. He ends up coming underneath himself. The D tackle ends up slanting out. And obviously, with our teaching, with the 2 2s, we're expecting movement. Most people aren't going to play us in straight 2s. So we know we should be expecting some type of movement, which I think this is great. Inside zone's great for it. So he should be left, right. And then if he comes with him, great, wash him out. If he slants back side, you got your center coming with you. I think the center's first 2 steps are really good. He's on that track. Again, my eyes right now with the 2 right there should be him going away, pull the shoulder out, get up to the linebacker, and he actually gets front side hat placement, which is awesome. You can see it squeezes through there. Right guard's really good here, left, right, driving the crotch. Right tackle his footwork isn't great here. His path ends up okay, and the assignment's good, but he should be looking just like 67 here. Again, getting inside out on this backer, but we got a couple spots for this ball to hit. He squeezes through there. That's actually the nickel Sam falling in to make the play. All right, we got a 12 personnel look here. We're going to go zone left. So we'd ID 41 right here. With this guy, with this play side tilt, we're going to call a combo between the front side guard and center. Especially with this alignment right here by the play side defensive end, I would tell 67, we need to go ahead and take an inside foot lead and make sure we can't get beat inside. They're going to get a combo up here. We're going to get a backside combo. The guard will call a backside combo with the backside tackle working up here. And then we should have a combo between the tight end and the sniffer right here to whoever's outside. So we got a chance for 3 double teams in this particular look. All right. You can see the left guard's actually going to take a right foot lead here. One thing that we kind of teach and we talk about a lot is, that first step kind of needs to be mirrored towards whatever shades and things that we're blocking. So, if he feels like he needs to take a right foot step there because this guy is so heavy on him, but the center called the combo, it's okay for him to take an inside foot lead here. I prefer, in a perfect world for me, that we can just take a left foot straight up the field, but that also doesn't always jive with some of our bigger splits. So if we need to take an inside foot lead there, I'm cool with that. And especially in this look with the tilt and that guy kind of giving him a bunch of his body. Right guard here should be left foot up the field, right foot drive the crotch. And that's pretty good right there. I really love what 74 is doing. You can see 64, the tackle. He's coming down in here. He's getting hat placement across. I love 72 right here. He comes, gets a piece of him. He works up to his backer, bangs out, get a piece of this defensive end trying to cross face. Good job by 24 coming through there, finding the hole. This was a good play, but I really love 74's just left foot gaining some ground, but that right foot driving the crotch. He keeps his left arm free. We get some movement in there. Finding work downfield. You can see they're kind of trying to stem the backers against us, and honestly, it's not a huge deal with, if he moves and we've already called our combo, it is what it is. We're still going to get up on him, and they're trying to sneak that safety down in the fit here, but we're good. We're blocking the box. All right. Again, now this is one where I would go ahead and tell the right tackle, okay, we're going inside zone right. Go ahead and take a right left here. There's no need. You just my whole deal with that part right there is if we can base him, we can stretch and distort him away from the ball, where if you turn and kind of hinge block, that dude's got the momentum into you and to crush you into the to the play. So I just prefer, again, I see what he's seeing a tilt here, but in all reality, he's got too much space there for me to really worry about him crossing my face. Most of what we see when those guys are fixing to cross face, they're going to get down in here and get super tight. So, go ahead and stretch him and use his teaching against him, so to speak. All right, the combo between the center and right guard. Good job. You can see he gets a right foot up the field, left foot driving the crotch. The center's getting over there. They kind of lag back on the fits here. Left tackle's coming down. It's not bad. Again, part of what screws this up too, and I'm glad it's on here. When this double team kind of is drifting away, it makes it harder for that second guy to come in to me. So if 72 can go right foot, left foot, and go straight, that helps him get in there and get the angle he needs. And that's part of the chemistry to me that, you know, just when you're playing with someone that's consistent next to you, it helps your double teams out so much. So if he could come here, you could see that's kind of what 56 is anticipating. And it's just, you're getting that little bit of split and stretch in there as opposed to boom, boom. And now we're getting that movement vertically. That's just the one thing right there I'm not necessarily as fired up about, but they're moving them. It just could be better. All right, here's a 10 personnel look, and they're kind of getting into they end up kind of walking down into a bear front late, but it works out awesome for us because the quarterback ends up reading this end man on the line. He ends up reading that end man right there, and the great job by the tailback. He hits the jump back, ends up outrunning them. So, I mean, technically it's a bear front in terms of, you know, the middle three are covered right here. It's kind of a unique one, almost a load type front, but we ID'd 56, left tackle's out here, left guard's out here, center right there. And then these two worked the combo to 56. And they ended up actually, and, you know, I tell them sometimes this is okay once in a while where you just get so much movement and bury the guy. It's okay just to go ahead and wreck that thing down the line. Now, we can't do that all the time, but you can see the tailback does a good job. He sticks it in his path, makes him declare, jumps it right off 62's ass, and then gets vertical. So again, that's a good room hit next to him. Makes me a little nauseous, that shaky camera. This is going to be a zone insert for us. So, you know, we're going inside zone right, and then the backside, they're locking their man on. So he's man on, he's man on. So reality, he can base block him. It could be right left with his tilt. Again, same rules for him. The tighter he gets, he might have to inside foot lead so he doesn't cross his face. Guard has the same rules. Now this is a heavy 3 to me. So you're probably going to see him take an inside foot lead here to make sure he don't get beat inside. The center's going to call 1 as the point. So he's going to work here. We'll call a combo right there. And obviously with this this heavy 5, the right tackle is going to take an inside foot lead right there. So we get some movement here. Good job by those two. You can see the tight end comes across. He's inserting in the A gap. He throws and cuts. But I think this is like I said, decent play. Again, they're getting some movement. We've played these guys a bunch, and we're getting some movement, trying to junk it up, and they're doing a good job making it tough. You know, the only thing backside here too is this probably just needs to be by him. And it doesn't have to be like he's posting almost like a pass set here. He just needs to take a right foot straight up the field and then base him, kind of like 56 does.
On this one, Coach, where your tight end is blocking that linebacker, is that a call you guys make at the line? Or
it's called from the sideline. It's called from the sideline. So, you know, it's just a tag to the end of it. So the quarterback will get, you know, the way, you know, we signaled in, the quarterback will come up and he'll say, you know, inside zone right, and then whatever our code word is for putting the backside man in. So they know that, and but I really like one of the reasons I really like this play, just from the schematic standpoint, is it's forcing this spill to happen and getting an outside player to force him in. Again, make those safeties work harder, take that angle. He doesn't have as much time where if you run split zone, he gets to be out here. Just bring him in. Let's make those safeties. Let's see if they can tackle our running back in space. We'll take care of the front six, and they get to roll from there. Here's a 10 personnel version. Again, we got the same call for this where we're still locking the backside, so to speak. And obviously, anytime we do that, we have to be having some type of RPO, because if they outnumber us, you're really banking on that guy making someone miss soon. So in this particular one, we ID'd 36. So right now, he knows he's man on. We're going to get a combo back here, man on, man on. And you're actually going to see this ball hit out the front door here. And I think it's just the angles. This is a great job by the running back. 36 is coming downhill right now to try and pull us off our double teams. And I think 77, our center, does a great job of staying on that, getting some movement, and then banging to it late. Like the left tackle here, he's left-right, kind of trying to base him out here. Again, 72 is not bad. Still too big of a step inside. I wouldn't mind if that thing just went straight up the field. There's nothing here really telling me that I'm getting a pinch. I got a stack, or I got a 10 backer right there in the A gap. This guy's even fairly wide here, and he pinches inside. Would like him to attack a little bit more, but as he comes inside, he washes him, and good job by the running back just feeling that and banging it out the front door. These last couple here, I got some of us running the quarterback. In 18, we ran a lot of inside zone and read the defensive end and got him out in space. And this kid right here, 13, he ran for 1,000 yards in 18. He got hurt last year, but here's a couple of just our variations to it. We got a little creative with this, with getting a little stacked formation look here. But same rules still apply for us. So as we come up here, we're going inside zone left. We're going to ID this backer right here with this guy kind of playing in the gap. We'll combo it there. Tight 5 should be inside foot leading it, basing out on him. Should get a backside combo between the right guard and right tackle up to number 11. And then this tight end, he's going to arc for the first thing that shows outside the box, which should be 23 right here. All right. So not bad in here. Again, 75's footwork. He's coming over a little bit, but that second step's driving the crotch, and they just get a little bit too much onto him right there. But with us pulling it, doesn't make it right, but it ends up not affecting the play, so to speak. Again, 69's getting too much in this combo right here too. And the coaching point on that is he needs to go left, right. He could get his inside hand involved and stay on it thick, but his inside hand, but he does not need to get that left hand involved. He needs to keep that free to work up to the second level. Then we get the ball out here on the perimeter, and all right, so this one marries up. We run a lot of split zone and zone insert. And so we'll also run the split zone wrap here. And again, his rule, he's going to take the first thing I tell him. If you got a laser pointer behind the defensive end, the first thing that shows up behind there, that's who you got. Just when they want to keep squeezing and spilling and squeezing and spilling, and that's part of it too. When you keep coming and running at that kid and keep blocking him, and then eventually pull one and get out on the perimeter based on what your quarterback can do. But We got great angles on the inside zone here. We're going to call it to 36. So this guy's dang near at 2. So we're going to work a combo to 36. He's man on. These two really, this is a good combo right here. They get to combo up to 20 here, so it should be left, right. Take that thing right there, and then 86 is coming around the corner for whatever's left. And really here, I like 56's footwork. Again, he's got a tight 5. He knows that guy's fixing across his face. It's a good job by him. You can see he can pry himself in there and keep his body between him and the ball carrier. 72 and 76 can really stay on this. Like 76 is trying to come off. He needs to just stay on there. I'm kind of working on different planes. Good job by 62 getting down in there and getting movement. Same thing with 75. His foot comes over a little bit too much there. Ends up getting in the right body position. We pull, we get around the corner. Same type of look as the last play. So 36 would be who we would ID and work to. Again, with this 2 right here, we'll call it combo right there. 20's right here, so we'll get a backside combo between the right guard and right tackle. They'll work it there. I like 56. Again, he's able to get an inside foot. That guy's trying to work inside. He's really playing kind of a stuff technique through him. Love 72's footwork. He's a left foot, right foot drive to crotch. They stay on it. They're getting some movement. Good job by 62. Again, he's inside out. Now, a lot of what we've seen in this too is these backers, when they're kicked over, will go 1, 2, fall back. And again, we tell 62 to be inside out because he doesn't necessarily know if it's a read or, you know, just split zone all the time. So he can get inside out on that guy. And if he's really flowing over the top, we got the tight end coming around to help him on that particular play. So that's kind of our inside zone and variations that we run with it.